Have you ever had a time where you thought that the universe just wasn't on your side? Have you had a moment where you thought things just got too hard and you gave up on your goal or your dream? I have. But then what? I'd like to share with you one such experience. It's 1999, New Year's Eve. I'm in Disneyland. I'm there with my mum and my dad and my son and my daughter. We're waiting for Tinkerbell to fly up to the top of the castle and tap her wand on the clock to turn it into the year 2000. Mickey Mouse and all the Disney characters have been around entertaining the crowd, and it's just amazing. I look at these four amazing people and think, how lucky am I to have them as my family? It's a time to reflect. I start thinking about our lives right now. I'm 2/3 of the way through uni, doing my clinical psychology degree, a long-term dream. My kids are doing really well and happy. My dad's working in South America on a project which he loves, also doing what he loves doing, bossing people around. And my mum is just filled with joy to have us all in the one spot at one time for a change. So it's good. We are in the happiest place on earth, surrounded by love and joy. How lucky am I? The holiday's over, we return home, and Dad has to fly back to work. So I take him to the airport because it's a chance to thank him for the holiday. While we're there, wave goodbye, thanks Dad. That was the last time I saw my father alive. He died of a sudden heart attack with no warning a few months later. 12 months after that, my mum was diagnosed with lung cancer, and she died at home in my arms almost 12 months to the day of that diagnosis. Now I'm an only child, a single mum, I'm 40 years old, and I have no idea what I'm doing. One thing I do decide is I resign from university. I'm not going to finish my clinical practice. I'm going to give up on my dream. Why? Because I was scared. I didn't think I was good enough. I thought that I couldn't help people with their problems because I was emotionally spent and I was consumed by fear. But I needed to provide for my children. So some friends came up with this idea that I should go to a property investment seminar. So I went to this seminar, really an excuse to get out of the house, having no clue about property whatsoever. Now, I don't know why I was at that event and was given that opportunity right then, but I went with it. I signed on to that program with the idea that I would learn everything I could about property investing, and that's what I did, one step at a time. I learnt to paint, I learnt to tile, I fell off roofs, I even electrocuted myself at some point, and I loved every minute of it. It turns out I was actually quite good at it. I had a talent for taking broken houses and making them beautiful again. You see, I thought that I couldn't fix or save people, but I could fix and save houses. And I was actually good at it. I built a substantial portfolio using renovation as my strategy and created a lovely lifestyle for my kids and myself. Now, over the next 10 years, there's some highs and lows, some successes, some failures, but I want to roll forward to 2016. I decide I need a life change. I get on a plane and I fly to London. And I decide that I'm going to teach. And then every school holidays, I would travel to a different country. And that's what I do for 2 years, until history repeats itself. A friend invites me to go to a wealth creation seminar. Over that weekend, the spark was ignited again. I was getting back into business, the property renovation business. I was very excited. Then on January 3rd, while I'm doing all of this, I'm putting some gear away underneath my bed. I lift up the bed and crack. You could have heard the sound in the next room. That crack was the sound of my back breaking in 2 places. Now, some time of pain and fear followed that event. Then I found myself in hospital for a few days waiting. On the 3rd day, the white coats arrive. Guy with the specialist with his clipboard addresses me. Good morning, Shirley. we have some good news. We've decided that your spinal cord is uncompromised. We're going to send you home without a back brace, but you are not to bend, twist, lift anything, and most of all, you are not to fall over. Here's a list of the prescriptions that I will give to the nurse when you leave the hospital, because you're going to need those painkillers. Good luck. So I go home. I have a choice. The one hand, I can lay on my back for 6 months, watch TV, live on painkillers, and keep feeling sorry for myself, or I can actually take everything that I have learned previously. Don't waste any time. Don't give up. Don't quit on my dream. Use everything that I have to make this happen. So what can I do? I can write. With a laptop on my back, I can write. So that's what I did. Every day I created something. The result of those 6 months is I wrote and published an Amazon bestseller. I wrote and recorded an online program teaching people how to renovate. The next 4 months, when I was able to work for longer hours, I wrote another 3 books. These were on renovation, and I learned all about social media so that I could reach thousands of people and help them and teach them about renovating, because I'd found my purpose. My purpose was to help people, inspire people, encourage people to have success regardless of their circumstances. So my question to you is, what are you going to do the next time the universe knocks you down? Are you going to get up? Are you going to remember this story? And are you going to get up? Because do not let fear stop you. Don't let anything or anyone keep you down. If I can do it, and I'm just an ordinary girl with a huge dream to influence people globally and change their lives one renovation at a time, you can do it too. So my question, what's going to be your story?